Ladies and gentlemen, one of the things that Wall Street is really good at is pointing out solutions they have. Try this, buy that. We're going to actually help you here by doing this one little trick, this one little strategy. My 5 favorite setups, my 7 favorite things, my 10 favorite chart patterns. We've all heard it. But why are 97% or more of traders failing? Conquering a certain toxicity that affects the majority of traders are preventing them from moving forward. That is the actual psychology of trade loneliness. And traders experience it in many different ways, and it actually gets kind of deep. Unlike the politicians, we're actually not going to just show you the problems, we're actually going to also give you the solutions as well. We're going to finally tackle one of the biggest untalked about subjects in trading. We're going to talk about trading loneliness, one of the top psychological toxic killers of traders in general. Let's find out really why 97% of traders are failing and help them get over this hump once and for all. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. So many people go through certain issues in life as traders. I'm sure a lot of you will be able to relate to some of the things I talk about tonight. I would be utterly shocked if you didn't. You see, Wall Street always likes to show you the success. We like to see the beach, the palm trees with the view, the ocean. We like to see the Ferraris, the sports cars in which we never really wanted to own anyway, or do you? And the mansions, the huge, beautiful homes, like, do you really need 17 bedrooms? You see, most traders, they come to trading and they just want to make between $100 and $1,000 a day. 99.96% of Americans can easily pay their bills and save by making money within that $100 to $1,000 a day range. Yet, when we get sucked into trading, a lot of it is look how this person traded these penny stocks. And, the person started with insert 3 figure number here, like 500, or a small 4 figure number, like $3,000. Of course, they always get it from some very meaningful place. I sold all my baseball cards for $3,000, or my great uncle passed away and left me $5,000, or I had to borrow money from somewhere when I only had $2,000 and I turned it into all this money. And I have emails from traders of the room talking about that. But why? Why do 97% of traders fail if Wall Street has, well, the answers? The reason why, and we're going to tackle one of the biggest psychological issues tonight for a very special Newsbeat show, is trader loneliness. But of course, if you want all this information, you got to do something for me. I'm going to show you a slide. I need you to hit the pause button, read it in its entirety, and then hit play. Thank you so much for reading that. So we have a very nice agenda for you here, for you guys here tonight, and we're going to finally conquer this once and for all. You see, after running rooms for 13 years, people ask me all the time, what makes people gravitate to you? And I pretty much tell them that I'm not full of crap. It's not about sharing my favorite strategy or my favorite chart setup or my favorite this, or look how I trade these earnings and these gaps and these large caps and these pair trades and these swing trades and these scalp trades and these medium term trades and these dividend plays and these. It's not about that. You see, every one of us is an individual. No matter what strategy I do, There are going to be people in the room who will, Newsbeat Live Room, who will reach out to me and swear by anything I do. Oh my God, this works. I'm making this money. This is the greatest thing. Then there's going to be another group that says, I'm struggling. This makes no sense. It sucks this week. It's this, it's that. Fair enough. The truth is, they're all right. What works for you, trading, becoming a consistently profitable trader is about figuring out who you really are. The reason why I'm able to help traders achieve this is because I'm always changing what I'm doing. Now, before I go into, and I have a really, really lovely agenda, we're going to talk about the trade loneliness problems, and we're going to actually give you the solutions. We're actually going to give you the solutions as well. But you are an individual. What works for me may or may not work for you, may or may not work for him, her, may work 20% for you, and it works 90% for me, and what works 100% for you works only 0% for me. So when you come and any trader and they try to cram down your throat any single strategy that they use to, obviously, if they're showing it to you, they've made money on it, or I hope they have. It makes no sense because what if you are the trader that can't adjust to it? And that what if question actually applies to 97% of you. So we're going to talk about what I feel makes traders part of that 97% majority. Because if Wall Street is being honest, which Wall Street is not, go out there outside T3 and you'll see it. What Wall Street is not honest about is that if you round up the number of traders who take any of their courses, newsletters, mentorships, programs, meetup, flyouts, bar meetings, whatever it is, if you round that number up, 100% of people fail. And nobody talks about that when you round that number up, it's 100% of people failing. They like to sugarcoat it and they say not everybody wins and not everybody loses, which is true. You know, I could say that not everybody hits a hole in one in golf, and some people do, right? But we're going to talk about an issue today that I believe makes traders part of that 97%, and it's going to be very important, so you definitely don't want to go anywhere. We're going to talk about the issue. We're going to talk about all the problems, and we're going to actually give you solutions, and I'm going to give you a solution which I promise you at the end of this video, I promise you this. I'll short of guarantee you this. And write in the comment section if I'm mistaken. How's that? Or reach out to me and email me if I'm mistaken. And I'll provide that with you too. My personal email, newsbeat@t3live.com. But we have that in the description and we'll talk about that email later again. I'm going to offer you something by the end of this email that no one on Wall Street would dream to offer you. I'll let you decide the reasonings of why they wouldn't do it. I really don't care about the reasonings of why people don't do things. So let's talk about the problems, and then we're going to give you all the solutions. We're going to talk about, first and foremost, the issue. The issue. What is the issue? Well, what truly causes traders loneliness? The general answer is two things: drawdowns, losing money, and not being part of the right community. I'm actually not even going to talk about being part of the right community too much right now, believe it or not. I'm going to talk about the drawdowns. You might have been surprised. Maybe your guess would have been isolation in a basement somewhere, trading for a living, especially if you trade out of your home like I do. But loneliness happens to floor traders and successful traders that are surrounded by others as well. And that actually surprised me. Like a skilled surgeon having a patient, heavens forbid, die on an operating room table, a trader will have to face losses, series of losses at times, and those losses cause your confidence to just wane, and especially when they last beyond that that drawdown that's just too much. And the losses continue and continue. The trader has no one to turn to. You have no one to talk to, no one to confide in. You think you do, but you don't. And I'll explain. Allow me to explain. Especially if they are successful, especially if you're a successful trader and other traders look up to you, it's very lonely. But you don't have to really be a top trader to feel lonely when a trade after trade after trade goes, for example, bad. You question your methods and your prior success, and you're saying, wow, I used to make so much money back then. Was it just luck? Remember the saying that anyone can make money in a bull market? Maybe you just, I don't know, lost your knack for making money, and it's time to find a new line of work. How many of you traders out there have thought that before? But the pressure that you have at home actually adds to your burden. For example, my wife has a birthday coming up. And she basically, except for this year, and we had a long talk about it because I can't really take her out. I mean, bad Melnick with this quarantine taking advantage of the situation. That's a bad Melnick. What's wrong with me? And she wants, she wants anything as long as it's sentimental and, of course, made of gold and um, peppered with carbon crystals. If you're a trader losing money, how are you going to tell her that you can't afford diamonds? What I then realized is the divorce lawyer for my prior wife was actually cheaper than actually getting the prior one diamonds, which was the best decision of my life. Anyway, with that being said, I'm going to share with you the next issue now. And it's going to get deep. You're the best. Dot, 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 dot. When a series of losses have cut your confidence, being told by a friend or your significant other that you are a wonderful trader, the best, it doesn't help you. You don't need meaningless words to prop you up for your sagging self image. Instead, you need somebody to come to you and say, you're going to be fine. I know how to fix what you're going through. And those words will relieve you of the feeling of hopelessness. It will reinvigorate you with an energy that was lacking there before. And the person you confide in takes on the responsibility for creating a positive outcome. Can anyone there relate with what I'm saying now? And I am not done. You guys relate with that? I wanna I wanna go through the next, and I'm gonna just rip through the problems. This is how I wanted to do, and then I'm gonna rip through the solutions. All right. Next one is, how does one even explain? Right. So you know what makes a trader successful is not one that makes them the life of the party. Traders hide their feelings. I remember when they were trying to shoot Damon John, Shark Tank. He was coming by to Wall Street, and I was in a different firm at the time, and they were doing recordings of me, and they wanted to do a trader reality show. And I remember I'm not going to drop all the names, but one of the traders I was with says, you'll never know by looking at me whether I made $50,000 or lost 100,000, because traders hide their feelings. An emotionless trader, one that can push a button without worrying about how much money they are making or losing, for example, is a top sought after quality in today's world. So traders may have difficulty communicating these emotions with others, and when they do, it might not be successful. How can a brain surgeon, for example, let's say you're a brain surgeon, and I'm not a brain surgeon, I'm a college dropout. Ding. How can a brain surgeon explain to his wife or girlfriend or Tinder date, maybe all three, that the exact cause of the patient's death and be understood? How can you, as a brain surgeon, go to somebody else and explain the exact cause of why your patient died and be fully understood? You're probably like, oh, they probably can't. Really? I agree with you. How can a trader explain that a moving average crossed over a MACD into a pivot point was showing bearish divergence, but we missed it? Or that the bullish stochastic said sell, but was wrong? Try explaining that to somebody. Try explaining that to your wife who doesn't trade. Try explaining that to your boyfriend, your husband who doesn't trade and doesn't understand the market. They want to be there for you. You'll usually get a face like this. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. I'm sorry, honey. I have no clue what you're talking about, but I'm gonna be there for you to. I'll be that ear for you. The emotionless trader may have difficulty expressing his or her emotions because he hasn't done so before, or because he is afraid to do so, especially to his peers who may point, snicker, and laugh. There was a trader. I'm not going to name the firm. And he reached out to me. He's like, Mark, I need your help. I need this. I need this. I need this. I'm like, okay, show me, show me how much you were trading. Show me how much you lost. Show me. He was like, no, somebody told me that I don't have to do that if I don't want. And I'm like, good luck. There's some people who don't really want to be helped. And they're traders around you. If you're trading in any firm, there are traders around you. You know what? It's like traders treat their trading almost like if somebody else were to see it, it's like them pulling down their pants and saying, here's like opening up the hood of the car. And like, here, it's like almost like flashing something. Like, here's what's under the hood. And for some reason, and I want you guys to admit this right now, and I'm going to give you all the solutions. You think I'm here pointing out the problems, but if you can't relate with the problems, my solution will falleth upon deaf ears. How many of you traders out there know what I'm talking about when I am saying this, that traders don't, traders around you won't share what they're doing or whatever because they're trying to uphold an image of success that is non-existent? How many people know what I'm talking about? To your wife, to other traders, to your husband, to your friends, to your family. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes, yes, yes. I only have two more problems before the solutions. They're coming, ladies and gentlemen. Repression of emotions. Repression of emotions. Traders are taught to hold their emotions in so that they don't get too excited when they win, which is what I say to you guys all the time, and don't get too bummed out when they lose. Remember, I always try to bring you guys to the middle. If you get too down on yourself, I pull you up. And if you get so excited, I pull you down. I say log off. Can't legally tell you to log off your account, but I could give you my 2 cents in what I think is best for you. I'd like you to lock in gains. Similarly, traders repress or deny emotions such as loneliness, which is our topic today, so it doesn't affect their trading. When you repress emotions on the inside, what do you think happens? I used to do this. Um, I have some Israeli blood in me, and it's like very hot-headed blood. And I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for a number of years, and there used to be a time, not anymore. And I'm admitting it, and I would admit it if I still felt this way. But there was time like 10 years ago where I'm looking at somebody and I'm like, I could choke you unconscious in probably less than 10 seconds. I'll have you unconscious on the floor. And I'm sitting there thinking that while somebody is being a jerk, in my opinion. And I think that. And it was very aggressive and it was harmful to my trading. Listen closely. Traders who curse, F this, F that, F this, F that. Those are traders who are in for a realm of hurt. And coming from Brooklyn, I was infected with the F word. Heck, do you remember if anybody from T3 was with me back in the days, back in '07, '08, '09, '10, 11? I used to drop F bombs on the VTF, and I used to get in trouble for it. I'm not going to drop names. They used to kind of like Mark, you can't be dropping all those F bombs and whatever. And it's like, I know. But now I don't do that anymore because it hurts not only me, but the people around me as well. When you repress all your emotions in, you don't find a healthy way to come over it, you explode. When your emotions explode, they take a trader down with them, and that trader is you. A trader will begin to lose and lose often. He torpedoes his own trades. And the last thing is, a lot of you might feel this right now. I can't be helped. Maybe you feel like I can't be helped. You feel like your issues are completely incurable. And a trader in a negative mood may make excuses to avoid solutions that would snap them out of these moods. How many traders out there right now feel they're incurable? Because I'm going to give you the cure and I'm going to change your mind. I mean, believe me, I'm living proof that anyone is curable. And I know you probably heard people say that before, but trust me. Okay. Let's go right into the solutions. You know all the problems. The first two are easy, and then I'm going to teach you something really cool. The first two are really easy, and it's actually a really cool trick. And there's a lot of psychological data that suggests emotion release and things like that. I don't want to go into them. If you want to read them on the internet and find them, you're more than welcome to. I'm not going to sit here and quote studies. But here is what you should do. First one is watch a happy movie. But it's also important that you watch a sad movie, especially if you're emotionally distraught. Because what it does is it gives you a reset. When you watch these movies, when you watch a happy movie and you can smile and feel good after, it cures something. When you're all beaten up in trade, if you're losing money as a trader, maybe even watch the sad movie first. I'm not kidding. Try movies like Brian's Song or Phenomenon, or just look up on the internet like the saddest movies or anything that you know is a sad movie. Load it up, have some popcorn, have some tissues handy, even if they cost you $500 a box in this environment, and go watch a sad movie. Watch them with your pet if you have a dog. No, nothing like having a dog. Watch your movie so you can express your feelings however you wish. If you need to do it in private because you don't want your anyone else to see how you react, that's fine. And you could also read a sad book. Put in the comment section sad books and movies that you would recommend to others. Next is you have to also watch a happy movie. And this actually helps people. I've actually talked to traders who's like, Mark, this was genius and it helped me, so I'm sharing it with you today. It gives you another opportunity to vent all your emotions, and you can, um, watch anything that makes you. It doesn't matter. I don't care if it's a comedy. Just watch any movie that makes you happy. Not a movie you particularly like that doesn't make you happy. Like, for example, I think The Matrix 1, the first The Matrix, is like maybe top movie of all time, maybe top three. It's just everybody has an opinion. I love The Matrix. The first Matrix, great. I can't really say that The Matrix makes me happy. However, if I watch My Big Fat Greek Wedding or Grumpy Old Men or something like that, that actually makes me happy. So put in your happy movies here as well. Next, I'm going to offer you something that nobody has ever done before. Join a community who is truly there for you during your ups and downs. Now, I'm going to explain. I'm going to explain. If you find other communities out there who do this, that's fine. My community, selfless Newsbeat live promotion with a $49 free trial offer within the description of this video, as well as my free ebook. Shameless promotion, I need to explain to you how it will benefit you, whether you choose to go down that route or not. So, you need somebody to talk to, a trained listener, somebody who understands you as a trader. And for most people, your wives, your husbands, your girlfriends, your boyfriends, your others, whoever, maybe you're dating your pet parakeet, your bird, I don't know, whoever your significant other is, maybe even a family member, they are usually not going to be able to listen to you, and you're not going to have an outlet to speak to somebody. That is why the Newsbeat Live Room might be the only community on Wall Street outside here of T3 Live that will spend countless hours with you, listening to your issues, offering potential solutions, training, trying to make you stronger every step of the way. And that is really powerful. And I'm going to offer it to you in something really special. Just keep watching, whether you're a member or not. Just have something very special for you right now. The other thing is help pay it forward. And that is why every single time we do an event here at T3. I always talk about the charities and always giving money, and you'll be surprised how it feels. And you're not giving charity to help others, you're actually giving charity more to help yourself. And I know that sounds a little weird because mathematically there are things that cannot be explained. For example, if you give $100 to somebody, how does that help you? You're $100 poorer. It actually does. It actually helps release some form of, it actually gives your positive trades a purpose. So you're able to do that. I know it sounds absolutely nuts, and mathematics will not be able to explain it. Mathematics will not be able to explain it. Just like the people who say you could make 2 to 1 and bat 50%, and then they'll mathematically show you, and then you'll never be able to do it. Okay? And now the last thing is I'm actually going to be that person for you. So all the people, so who do I write to? Let's say you're having issues, whatever. Write down your problems in writing, and I want you to email them to me directly. One of my 1,389 secretaries, who are all dressed identically alike, all have their hair and nails done with a much neater headset than me, and they're always permanently smiling when they answer their emails. Like, you write their emails, they'll be like this. Or if you don't believe that, which I don't, you're actually just going to email them to me. And I'll be able to read your issue, and I will do my best in any legal way I know possible to help you. If you call me up and you're like, Mark, I've been quarantined with my wife here and I feel like shooting her, I'm not going to help you. That's not what I'm here to do. But if you're having an issue in trading and you want to reach out to somebody who actually has, I mean, you don't understand as a guru. How many traders have I met in my life over 13 years as a trading guru? I've been trading 21 years, but as running rooms like a trading guru, I've met I've met six figures worth of traders at least. I mean, through all the events and I've met so many traders, and I have seen so many similarities and problems. So to have somebody that you could reach out to with your problems is going to be a key to your success. Now, as if you're inside the room, we're actually addressing this. I mean, we're generally doing videos Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We do videos almost every day where even if you don't see my videos, you might not see Newsbeat show videos, but my room gets additional content, psychology. We do all these things, but let's say for whatever reason you're getting back in trading and you're having issues, and for whatever reason in the world you just want to talk to someone about your issues, I am volunteering my time for you. A lot of these emails I write late at night when I'm in bed. A lot of times when in between, I always have my phone on me and I always, you know, can give you guys a response. Keep in mind, I probably have 7,000 emails in my box and I do miss about 1, maybe 2% of them. So if you write to me and I don't get back to you, play the lottery because the odds of that happening are extremely small. But I want you to reach out to me at Newsbeat at t3live.com. Newsbeat at t3live.com. And this is what I want you to write. You ready? I want you to write, this is very important. And you know what? For the people who stop watching this video, I can't help them. And I'm fine with that. But for the people who are still watching and want this genuine help, this is what I need you to write. Number one, what's bothering you? Sometimes traders feel ashamed to express what's bothering them or have psychological blocks that prevent them from doing so. Sometimes they just don't know what to say. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, a trader won't even know what to say. But if you sit there and write down your concerns, it will remove any psychological hindrance a person to person discussion might have, and it gives you an opportunity to learn more about yourself. After you write the email, don't hit send. I want you to read what you wrote. Like, you know, refine your list to a core group of concerns you have. And then what I want you to do, believe it or not, is if another trader, which is pretty much would be me, if another trader gave you the same list of concerns and asked for your opinion about it, what would you say to that trader? Often, you know the best way to cure yourself. Write down your solutions as well on a separate piece of paper, not on an email, and then see if my solutions to you actually matched your solutions that you wanted for yourself. And if they do, it will not only give you a confirmation of that you are thinking down the right line, it will give you the psychological fortitude to push through anything that any market has to throw your way. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Let me know what you think. Share it with your friends. If you think a show like this can help somebody you know, a trader you know, maybe you're not a trader and you're like, hey, there's this crazy Mark Melnick dude who's, losing all his hair and it's all going messy right now. And he wants to help you. He even gave his personal email out, and he might have like over 1,000 secretaries working for him with identical suits saying Newsbeat on it. They're all wearing hats like this. They all have like Newsbeat hats like this, and they're saying there, and they're all like answering, my emails. But maybe you can actually connect with a guru. Maybe you don't have to pay an arm and a leg, and maybe I can be that first stepping stone that will get you over whatever hump that you might have trouble climbing over. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Refer it to a friend. Lots of great stuff in the description of this video, including my email, my absolutely super duper expensive. Oh, it's free. My free psychology ebook, How to Overcome Psychological Toxicity in Your Trading. And not only that, you get to reach out to me and have me answer your questions. It's a very big deal. My time is my most valuable asset. Believe me when I tell you this. If you watch this video and you know maybe you're a profitable trader, maybe you're not a trader and you know this video can help someone, maybe you are a profitable trader and you need some help, reach out today. The phone will not be ringing off the hook because it's an email and I'm not sharing my phone number. But I'll share with you my credit card information. No, I'm not going to do that either. I hope you guys enjoyed this Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money. And I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening.